The Legend of Slimy Don and the Wreck of the Ship America. The ship was sailing smoothly through calm waters on the sea. The doctor of the ship came up with bad news to be sharing. He said the captain's passed away, so boys, now you see, we must decide who we shall pick to lead us while seafaring. The crew was shocked by hearing their wise captain was no more. For 8 years he had been the sword on which they all had counted, except for those deplorables whose grudges made them sore, or grievances from failed mutiny that they once mounted. The craziest of all the men said, "Let's pick Slimy Don." The other malcontents chimed in, "Yes, Donny, he's our man." They knew, as did all men on board, he was a shiftless con who knew less about sailing than did any other man. The wiser men on board spoke up and tried to talk some sense. They argued that their path ahead was unknown and uncharted. The ones who favored Slimy Don grew more and more intense and angry, but the profoundest sounds they made were when they farted. They said, "Look at the sea around, it's damn near smooth as glass. Our captain needn't be a sailor, just an entertainer. Besides, if we select a captain who's somewhat an ass, our disdain and contempt for leaders past could not be plainer." The wise men said, "It may be calm, but what if storms arise? What if we're sailing near a rocky place where skill is needed? What if we need a captain who's experienced and wise? Do you want someone who you know is easily defeated?" Old Slimy Don stepped up now to defend his name and such. He said he'd been a great success in everything he'd done. He claimed that it was fake news perpetrated by the Dutch, who claimed he was a loser while he claimed he always won. The scruffy sailors gave a cheer and several more to boot. They said, "3 cheers for Slimy Don, a man of truth and vision, and even if he isn't hell, we don't much give a hoot. We picked him just to irritate those ruining our decision. Though we can't foresee what around the bend may come, remember, a choice that's unwise may just bite you on the bum, 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 bum." With Slimy Don as captain, things just went from bad to worse. The sky grew dark, the seas got rough, and he hid in his quarters. The crew grew fearful, but their leader, leadership averse, deferred them to his parakeet that tweeted out their orders. Now headed toward a rocky shore, the sailors wept and wailed. The captain slept contentedly with just his gun on duty. He never had embraced the tasks the captain's job entailed, and only took it in the hope the job would bring him booty. Some sailors whined the sea was calm when Don as cap was picked. We saw no hint that up ahead a storm might start to brew. In bitterness they blamed each other for having been tricked, but wiser sailors knew 'twas on themselves the blame was due. The ship was dashed upon the rocks, the sailors all were tossed into the unforgiving sea, where each in turn was swallowed. Their grievances and foolishness condemned them to be lost by choosing a great idiot that only fools would follow. Old Slimy Don went down with ship to Davy Jones's keep. At times an orange scum comes up to mark the place he's rested, while precious few came forward for to mourn him or to weep. Let's keep in mind, at any time, our judgment may be tested. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe.